What is up, PAMFAM? I am...
Hey, you, me, outside, now.
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Right now.
If it's a fight he wants, it's a fight he's gonna get. This ends now.
You're not the real ninja.
I'll show you a ninja.
Fight.
What's up, PAMFAM? Hey, if you're new here,
Thanks for checking things out today. Hope you stick around.
but if you're PAMFAM, aka the beautiful subscribers of this channel, let's get down to business. We gotta talk about something nostalgic. A classic family action comedy film entitled Three Ninjas. Now, if you're not a 90s kid or older, you've probably never heard of this franchise. And if you haven't, let me talk to your parents. They've deprived you. Three Ninjas is a pretty good movie franchise from the 90s, specifically geared towards kids. And it's on my objective list of the best 90s movies that ranks up there with The Mighty Ducks, Little Giants, and The Sandlot. However, watching Three Ninjas at 5 years old and 26 years old are two very different experiences. Because when I was a kid, I didn't watch this to take notes or critique, make fun of, completely tear apart, because I was 5. But that's exactly what I'm setting out to do today, all to entertain my PAMFAM. So let's just hi-ya right into it. I'll never do that again. I'm in the middle of editing this video and I noticed after I completed recording all the commentary that there's a flicker on the dang TV in the background. While I tried to fix it in post after the fact, I just gave up. So long story short, there will be flickering on the TV throughout. Please still watch the video. Even despite the fact that there's that flicker, I still hope that you do enjoy it. With that being said, let's get back to the video.
Last summer looked like another great summer with our grandfather. We spent most of our time training to be ninja masters at our grandpa's cabin.
At the moment that little Josiah heard this line, oh, look at little Josiah. He's a cutie. He no longer wanted to play Major League Baseball or basketball. I wanted to be a ninja master, trained by my non-existent Japanese grandpa.
My two younger brothers and I studied with our Japanese grandfather.
Most mornings began the same way. He'd wake us up with a different test, which I was always ready for.
So was I.
So was I. Yeah, right.
This is the moment we are introduced to the three main characters, Samuel, Jeffrey, and Michael, aka Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum.
Grandpa's a kind of a goofball in a way.
Goofball? Bro, if I had a Japanese grandpa who trained me in the ways of martial arts while setting off a fog machine in the background, he'd be the furthest thing from a goofball. And look at how he trains his grandsons.
My man's is chilling.
Grandpa's kind of a thug. This man gets knocked clear off of a log just to throw up one of these. And he's a goofball? This man's an absolute unit. Now, the dynamic of Grandpa's training sometimes throws me for a loop, because at one point they're getting some calm, disciplined sets. But then there's scenes like this. Grandpa's getting home, presumably from going to the store or something, and then Tum Tum literally drops 25 feet from a tree just to land like this and simultaneously get shin splints. Then as Grandpa goes to investigate his grandson's broken ankles, this happens. Are we just gonna act like those sharp and accurate ninja stars wouldn't at the very least puncture a lung and maybe cause internal and external bleeding and a trip to the ER, in which Grandpa's the only one who can drive? What were they thinking? But the world's coolest grandpa does some of these like they're no big deal. And I'm honestly starting to wonder, what would this scene look like if they just changed the music from this to this? Good thing the music indicates what kind of scene this is. But y'all, just when I thought Grandpa couldn't get any cooler, he does this.
Up here.
Yeah! What? Like what? If you have a grandpa that can smoke bomb his way out of a tight situation and literally scale a tree at Olympic sprinter speed, let me know. I'd like to meet him.
We almost had you. Yeah, we almost had you.
What? Grandpa, we almost had you. Oh man, we almost successfully ended your existence, Grandpa. Yeah, we almost put you in the grave, man. Gee whiz, we almost had your life. Oh, Grandpa, you had us this time, but next time, you're dead. Literally. So we move on to our introduction of the bad guys. And at first, watching the scene, I forgot who the main villain was. You know, there's two guys here doing shady things. It's been years and years since I've seen this movie. But then they reveal it in a way that probably rivals the Joker's entrance in The Dark Knight. It's that good. I love how the man is even looking at him like, okay.
Tripping, bro.
That man says something.
I like your cut, G.
FBI! You're under arrest.
It was a setup. This man, who clearly wasn't Middle Eastern and was definitely a middle-aged white guy, set him up. Yeah, this guy sucks. Watching this movie as a kid, I thought Snyder was the villain of all villains. I mean, imagine if this guy got the Infinity Stones. It'd be over.
Got nowhere to go! A surprise! I love surprises. The FBI! Nice of you to drop in.
Oh, sure, Snyder, send in the ninjas. Never mind the fact that the FBI has guns against these ninjas who have swords. I guess these guys never saw Indiana Jones. I'm gonna be honest, if I was one of the ninjas up in the rafters waiting on Snyder's request to come down once the FBI showed up, I don't think I'd have the same response.
Bro, we are so bad. Yeah, man, we are bad ninjas who do bad things. Oh, look, the good guys just showed up. Oh, we're so scared. Oh my.
Freeze, Snyder, FBI!
Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah. I'm gonna sit this one out. You know what I'm saying? You sure, bro? Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Y'all got this. Too easy. Oh, most definitely, bro. We got ninja swords, bro. They're donezo. More like you're donezo. What's up? Oh, nothing. Alright, bro. Later, dude. Oh! Yeah, I'm out.
Yep, that's pretty much how it'd go. Snyder tries to escape to the roof, but he gets cornered by the head of the FBI, but is able to leave on a very punctual, very well-timed helicopter flight. The head of the FBI, not happy.
It's like a warehouse for World War III. We got it all.
We got nothing! I want Snyder! He's everything! I want him!
We head back over to Grandpa's house where he's sharing some timeless ninja wisdom with the boys.
And never use your power on anyone weaker than yourself.
I'm getting some mixed messages here, Grandpa, because last you smoke bombed yourself and ended up in a tree, you told the boys this.
Never attack unless you're gonna win.
Which would mean you shouldn't fight someone stronger than you, and to only fight in battles you can win against someone you know is weaker than you. What? Well, that's Grandpa logic. As the Grandpa is giving the boys timeless, amazing, and contradictory ninja wisdom, some bad guys show up because Snyder has some old ties with Grandpa and wants to pay him a visit. And as Grandpa goes to investigate, their entrance is, well, exactly what you'd expect. I love how the first set of ninjas literally clear the car in the most athletic and ninja-like way, and then the second set of ninjas just come out like this. Clearly, these bad ninjas don't realize the mistake they've made when they showed up at Grandpa's house. This can only go one way. Can't convince me otherwise. Your grandpa, compared to this man, subpar at best. Just kidding. Not really though. So we get a taste for the three ninja skills against actual opponents, and let me tell you, Colt hits one of the bad ninjas with one of the most devastating shots. And when I say devastating, I mean for Colt. Number one, there's no way that rendered a full-grown adult unconscious. Number two, there's no way that Grandpa Maury taught Colt that move. And most notably, three, Colt will never be able to have kids. Grandpa and the boys obviously win the battle, and Snyder comes applauding the grandpa in classic villainous fashion. This is where we learn that Snyder has some old ties to Grandpa.
Snyder, the only mistake I ever made was being partners with you.
And after Snyder sees 3 literal children take out grown men that he pays and trains to fight well, he suggests that the kids come work for him, but Grandpa responds,
I teach ninja, not murder.
if you teach ninja and not murder, then who taught your grandsons this? Snyder tells Grandpa the purpose of his visit.
It's your son-in-law, Sam Douglas. Get him off my back for a couple weeks.
Now, Sam Douglas is the head of the FBI, as in this guy.
I want Snyder, he's everything. I want him.
And Sam Douglas, being the son-in-law to Grandpa Maury, makes the 3 ninjas the sons of Sam Douglas. So now Snyder has beef with both Grandpa Maury's son-in-law and the 3 ninjas' father. This just got personal.
That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Then Grandpa gets mad and goes to slap Snyder into next week when Snyder does the classic villain counter.
You are getting slow.
I repeat, this man cannot get the Infinity Stones.
That's Jason Bourne.
Then Snyder can't decide between a hand whistle and a normal whistle, so does a weird in-between. And the bad ninjas roll out. So the 3 brothers return home from Grandpa's to start the school year, and we are introduced to Emily, Rocky's crush, and probably the most accurate depiction of any flirting that takes place in junior high school.
Hi. Hi. I gotta go.
Yeah, me too.
We then meet up with Snyder, and he's up to his evil plan.
Mr. Brown, I want you to snatch those 3 little kids.
Because he realizes that grown men that he pays daily to train and fight were incapacitated by 3 prepubescent boys. Maybe use guns? So instead of hiring more ninjas or training them better or giving them guns, they hire the Walmart versions of Bill and Ted +1 to do their bidding.
We want you to snatch a few kids for us.
Would these be like any kids, or do you have some specific ones in mind?
There are 3 very specific little boys.
So Snyder's assistant details to them where they can find these kids, and this golden interaction takes place.
Okay, I got it, sir. Get right on it.
Feston, don't screw this up, or we'll have to kill you.
Bummer.
That's really funny. And then Snyder shows those true villain colors.
God, I love being a bad guy.
Elite script writing. Actually, who wrote this? Who wrote 3 Ninjas? Mary Wright. Well, somebody needs to give Mary Wright a raise. Now, we gotta move on to the next day, and while I wanna do an entire commentary on Rocky and Colt going 2v2 against some bullies at the school, let me just sum up the scene by telling you that Rocky and Colt can block like Wilt Chamberlain, pass like Magic Johnson, handle the ball like Kyrie Irving, skyhook like Kareem, street moves like the Professor, and shoot like the Globetrotters. And as if it couldn't go any better, Rocky goes straight Michael Jordan on them. It is the 90s after all. Later that night, Colt gets all nosy and starts going through his dad's stuff and find out that Snyder does have ties with Grandpa, but that their dad is trying to get Snyder.
Guys, check this out. This is the guy from yesterday. He's the one Dad's after. Grandpa is friends with the criminal. No way. Yes,
So now the boys are conflicted because why would Grandpa be friends with the bad guy? Unless Grandpa's the bad guy too.
What is going on here?
Meanwhile, the generic Bill and Ted +1 show up to capture the 3 kids, and they disguise themselves as pizza guys. Colt comes out to investigate and sees that these 3 random dudes who are supposed to be pizza guys are creaming their babysitter with the pizza, and they have guns.
Okay, first we feast, then we felony.
That's like my favorite line. Like for real. First we feast, then we felony. Then Colt comes in and informs his brothers that those pizza guys,
they're carrying guns.
the boys conspired. Call the police or fight. What do you think they choose? Tum Tum gives us the answer.
Let's muralize them.
What?
Let.
And Grandpa says he teaches ninja.
Not murder.
Okay, Grandpa. So the three brothers set up what seems to be an homage to the good old Home Alone if Macaulay Culkin had a third-degree black belt and there was 3 of him. And the 3 ninjas get to work.
Whoops, did I say work? I meant to say.
Near killing these dudes.
I teach ninja, not murder.
They end up getting captured by Snyder's big old dude, and the parents get home and find out that they've been kidnapped by Snyder's goons.
What?
But have no fear, because Grandpa Maury is here.
Freeze! Don't move! Wait! Hold your fire! Hold your fire! It's my father-in-law.
That's how I'm showing up everywhere.
Wait! Hold your fire! Hold your fire!
Sorry I was late, class. Traffic was crazy this morning. Let's go ahead and just pick up where we left off. Tim, you want to start reading from page 173?
And after Sam Douglas and Grandpa Maury talk it out, they decide Grandpa is going to go after Snyder with his ninja ways. And all it takes is a split second for Sam Douglas to not be paying attention, and Grandpa Maury pulls a little Houdini, a little Bruce Wayne, a little Grandpa Maury, and does what he does best.
I'm trusting you to bring them home.
Sam, we just got a report on Colonel Farouk. I'll be right there. More.
Further proving why he's the coolest Grandpa in the Milky Way galaxy. So the kidnapped boys are brought to the SS villain ship to see where all the magic takes place. And by magic, I mean where a bunch of grown men are trained and paid to learn how to fight just to get embarrassed by 3 kids. Then the boys find out the biggest plot twist.
Hey, Coach, does this style look familiar to you?
It ought to. Your grandfather was Snyder's teacher.
Which is honestly one of the bigger plot twists of the movie, except for one other part.
It's just us! Don't do it! Grandpa, no!
I teach ninja, not murder.
So the boys are put into a chamber cell with no way of getting out,
This really sucks.
but they get creative and find a way out of the cell. Meanwhile, Grandpa's making his way toward them. And now Snyder, is absolutely livid.
There is no excuse! They're just kids! Kids!
This man can't get the Infinity Stone.
I want them found now!
Meanwhile, the boys are surrounded by more evil ninjas as they're trying to escape.
We should run. We should hide. We should kick their butts.
I know she didn't act, but can Mary Wright just get an Oscar for this script? Then the ninjas do what they should have done from the start. Tum Tum definitely tries to hide a yawn here. And then Grandpa Maury comes in and, of course, does a front flip off of a ledge 50 feet in the air and sticks the landing.
Her handspring. Double front with a half twist, and he nails it.
This man can fly.
But then Snyder comes in and surrounds them and gives Grandpa an ultimatum.
What do you say? Teach my men?
No.
Then I'm gonna have to kill you.
Huh? This is a kid's movie, right?
Then I'm gonna have to kill you.
Nani?
And then Colt drops the coldest comeback of the 20th century.
Am I a nice guy or what?
You're a geek.
Grandpa and Snyder decide to fight one-on-one, and if Grandpa wins, the boys can go free while Grandpa dies, and if Snyder wins, Grandpa still dies. Snyder, chill. So Snyder and Grandpa get to scrapping,
But it ends like this.
I'm just kidding, it's a kid's movie. Of course Grandpa comes back. But before I show you what happens, let me give you a multiple choice test. How does Grandpa come back and win this fight? Is it A, he channels his inner ninja? Is it B, the 3 ninjas intervene? Is it C, the Grandpa sets off a smoke bomb and sneaks up behind Snyder and takes him down? Or is it D, the look in his grandson's eyes motivates him to get up and finish him off? I'll give you 2 seconds. Time! If you answered E, he puts Tum Tum's jelly beans in his mouth, you would be correct. I'm serious. Yep, I didn't see it coming either. Then sore loser Snyder, as they called him back in the day, grabs a gun because he can't handle getting his butt handed to him by a 65-year-old man and 3 little boys. So the original ending to the movie, the one shown in theaters and the one released in 1992, was super cheesy.
Let's go, Sam. You got evidence to collect.
I think you better do it by yourself, Jerry.
By myself?
Yeah, I got a whole family of heroes I need to take out for pizza.
See, I told you it was the cheesiest line. Get it? Cheesy? Okay, alright, chill.
Come on, Grandpa.
I hate pizza.
But the original scene that was supposed to be the end of the movie was actually cut because the directors thought it would send a bad message to the young audience that would view it. But honestly, it's the best ending. The same guys that Rocky and Colt play 2v2 in a basketball game earlier in the movie, they try to teach Rocky and Colt a lesson. But they don't know that Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum incapacitate full-grown men.
Nice bikes.
I think it's time we taught you jerks to listen. Let's get out of here.
Hope you enjoyed today's commentary. If you did, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so that way I can formally say to you,
Welcome to the channel.
let me know in the comments what movies or other topics you'd like me to do commentary on. Thanks for taking time to watch today, and I'll see you on the next one.